it wasn't order, people wouldn't have such an issue with things that didn't fit in to what they recognized as right and routine. Does that make sense? For instance, getting stuck in traffic, it seems like chaos, but we're all still within the lines. I mean, why do we get so burned up when people get in the way? It's because they're not following the rules. They're not following our routines. So basically everything is order, and order is possibly the problem. I mean, 98% of people that live in Orange County, California, never go to Mexico and never go to LA. And these are incredible cultural jewels, 1 hour to the north and 1 hour to the south. And people don't go to them because, oh, well, I don't like the traffic and they're too dangerous and I don't like them. Because we want order. We want to come home to our well-manicured lawn. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying the way we think is to naturally badmouth things outside our safe little circle. Probably why we don't give enough. Maybe that's why I don't go to church enough. I still watch church online. I still do all my studies online because I want to learn how to present the gospel better. I still do my searches for verses. Today I searched, why is Jesus called the Word in John 1? I think the main point is, I'm listening to one of those messages that talks about serving and being generous and giving, and it's actually something I'm kind of doing in my life right now. So I'm doing okay. In other words, sometimes you hear messages and you start getting hot under the collar. You're like, wow, like I'm not doing that at all. And I have enough knowing I've stopped going to church regularly and I've stopped serving in kind of a fellowship church setting with my community, which I miss. I know I'm not tithing. Yeah, there's another officer, so I'm going to lower my phone. Last thing I need right now is a ticket. That would just ruin me. But no, it all works out. I didn't want to drive today because I was awake at 3:30 a.m. because I'm down on myself for overeating and not being able to control myself. I'm down on myself for not having enough money to help my kids with college. And I'm down on myself for just being in such a weird situation in life. Yeah, like I said, I'm incredibly thankful that God's using me in this way. I'm thinking about all the people I've given to and prayed to lately, and literally driving by my church. That Saddleback Church in Lake Forest, California. I've driven up those roads so many times. I've stood out there directing parking and walked up there with my girls so many times. Checked them into those children's rooms. What a blessing. What a blessing. I think the hardest thing is that my daughter's going away to college another week or so here, and I know I'm going to miss her. My girls are grown up. They're so incredible. So humbled by them. Yet I do miss them, and I do miss the old days. So we're in a transitional stage. And hopefully it becomes the ministry growing and me getting back to church and me getting more involved and me getting back on board with my diet and my program and getting caught up financially, maybe getting a real job. And it all comes down to trusting the Lord, and that's what changed my life all those years ago. Someone told me to trust God. You gotta trust God. Those two words changed my life. And that's what I tell people today. Amen. I just want to show this last shot of Rancho Santa Margarita. It's always been one of my favorite views coming over this hill. Little hazy today. #blessed.